Beneath the waves, the ocean hides its darkest secrets. From gigantic monsters to creepy sirens. And mysteries no one has been able to explain. These are the scariest things ever caught in the ocean. Sailors navigating a remote stretch of open sea captured footage of a creature unlike anything documented before. Its body was long and muscular, with a pronounced spiny ridge along the back, propelling itself powerfully through the water. At first glance, it resembled an eel, but the movement was inconsistent with any known species. The region has a long history of reported serpent sightings, and this video adds weight to the claims. Marine biologists remain baffled, noting that such large, unknown creatures could survive undetected in deep waters for decades. Terrifying encounter. In Chivirkoy Bay, Russia, a sailor navigating Lake Baikal reported seeing a pair of glowing eyes just above the water's surface, accompanied by a shadowed head unlike any known animal. The creature appeared low in the water, drifting past his boat without disturbing it. Locals have long spoken of strange groans echoing across the bay at night, and this sighting seemed to confirm some of the old stories. The entity vanished beneath the waves almost as quickly as it appeared. Lake Baikal is one of the deepest freshwater bodies on Earth, its waters harboring species unknown to science. Whether this was a cryptid or an unusually large aquatic animal, the sailor's account fits a pattern of repeated, unexplained phenomena in the area. Mythical encounter.
Oh. Go. What?
In Canada, a tourist recorded an unusual movement in Okanagan Lake. A long, dark figure slid just below the surface before disappearing. Locals identified it as Ogopogo, the lake monster said to inhabit these waters for centuries. The footage shows only a tail, leaving the rest of the creature unseen. The brief appearance suggests the full body remained hidden, consistent with reports of Ogopogo being elusive and rarely fully observed. Mysterious tale. On the 1st of April, 2024, a lifeguard at the beach in Norway noticed sudden movement in the water. A large, snake-like tail emerged, twisting in the air before submerging again. The size suggested a much larger creature remained below the surface. Authorities closed the surrounding area as a precaution. No further sightings occurred, leaving the identity and scale of the animal unknown. Spiked monster. In Naples, Florida, during a late afternoon, beachgoers watching the sunset noticed an unusual shape moving just beneath the waves. At first, they assumed it was a large fish or dolphin, but as the water shifted, only a spiked head broke the surface. The shape was long, rigid, and unlike any known sea animal in the region. Witnesses described the sight as unsettling, with the spikes rising sharply above the water like a dorsal crest. Speculation quickly connected it to deep-sea reptiles thought extinct or creatures long hidden in the depths. Lake monster sighting. A family filming Lake Champlain caught something that quickly became one of North America's most talked about mysteries. Between their boat and the shore, a long, dark shape moved fast across the water. The camera captured only a brief, blurry glimpse before it vanished beneath the surface. Locals immediately suspected Champ, the legendary lake monster that has haunted tales for centuries. Experts noted a worrying detail. The lake's warming waters are pushing such creatures to the surface, leaving them visible, weak, and irritable. Could this be proof that the myths are real and moving closer to humans? Periscope anomaly.
Taking pictures of us in the water. This is so freaky.
During a standard maritime patrol, officers observed a periscope rising directly from the ocean, seemingly focused on their vessel. Initial analysis suggested a conventional submarine, but no craft was detected by onboard systems. The object remained visible for only a few seconds before slipping silently beneath the waves. Speculation ranges from clandestine military technology to unidentified submersible phenomena. Its appearance raises questions about the existence of undetectable devices or unknown underwater bases in deep ocean trenches.
Holy crap, it is looking around. It's going down.
Shoreline creature. In 2018, visitors to a coastal beach captured unusual footage of an unusually tall wave. Within the swell, a dark figure emerged, moving with the current and partially concealed by the water. Witnesses described it as humanoid, but with aquatic features, possibly a predator or unknown marine species using the waves for cover. Local residents confirmed prior sightings of similar forms, suggesting the creature might regularly hunt or hide near this stretch of shore. The area has since been avoided by most swimmers and kayakers. Shocking humanoid. 2 years ago, a man from Perth, Australia, took his small boat out into the Indian Ocean to relax under a cloudy evening sky. But as the sun sank, he noticed something strange, a dark figure far out on the horizon. When he zoomed in with his camera, the shape became clearer. It looked like a person, tall and thin, walking calmly across the surface of the ocean. The figure had long arms that swung unnaturally, and its head seemed to follow the movement of his boat. The man quickly turned back to shore, too shaken to look again. Many who analyzed the footage suggested it could have been a merman or a deep-sea humanoid species. Megalodon mystery. They say the Megalodon disappeared millions of years ago, but this footage just captured the monster on camera. A giant fin cutting through the surface of the Pacific Ocean. One group of fishermen thought it was a great white at first, until they realized this thing was way too big. Soon after, videos started popping up online. One showed beachgoers staring in disbelief as a massive shape splashed close to shore. Another clip captured a huge creature crashing through the gates of a canal, its fin towering above the water. Nobody saw its full body, but the size alone sent chills down people's spines. Marine biologists have started looking into these sightings, because even if it's not Megalodon, how do you explain that massive monster at the pier in California? Mediterranean giant. Diver James Garcia explored the clear waters of the Mediterranean, expecting the usual fish and coral reefs. Instead, he came face to face with the largest bony fish on Earth, a sunfish. These giants can grow up to 10 feet wide, and seeing one up close is a shocking experience. But that wasn't all. Floating nearby was a Planktoteuthis, a fragile deep-sea squid rarely seen by humans. Keradog sea creatures. Tourists sailing near Mount Keradog in Crimea, Ukraine, were having a regular day on the water when something strange happened. Out of nowhere, a few dark, shiny creatures broke through the surface. Their faces looked eerie and almost human-like, leaving everyone on the boat frozen in shock. For a few seconds, no one said a word. The creatures moved close enough to be seen clearly, but never lunged. Then, just as suddenly, they sank back into the water and disappeared. The tourists believed they had just witnessed something rare, maybe an undiscovered deep-sea species. But one person among them was convinced it was the Keradog snake, a local legend said to live in those waters. Royal Navy footage. Back in 2003, during a nighttime rescue drill off the coast of the United Kingdom, a Coast Guard crew captured something they weren't trained to handle. They had responded to a distress call, a man overboard situation. But when they reached the coordinates, the figure in the water wasn't behaving like a person in need of rescue. It floated still for a moment, then slowly turned toward the searchlights. Crew members later reported seeing two faintly glowing eyes staring back. Just as they prepared to pull it aboard, the figure slipped beneath the surface, revealing what looked like a fish-like tail before vanishing into the dark. The incident report was quickly marked restricted, but a short segment of the footage eventually surfaced online. The clip showed enough to spark debate worldwide, with some claiming it was the first real evidence of a mermaid sighting. Monster caught underwater. During routine monitoring on a Pacific oil rig, an underwater camera recorded an unusually large, dark figure moving through the water near the ocean floor. The creature's body resembled the long-extinct mosasaur, a predator that dominated the seas millions of years ago. It swam steadily, using its powerful tail to push forward, arms or fins extended, before disappearing into the darkness. Experts analyzing the footage could not identify it as any known modern species. The sighting raises questions about what may have survived undetected in the ocean's deepest zones, suggesting that some prehistoric marine predators could still exist today. Pyramid beneath lake? On the south shore of Lakeshore Drive in Louisiana, something unexpected appeared. The water suddenly receded, revealing a massive pyramid rising from the depths. Its sharp edges and precise angles were unlike any natural formation. The sight fueled speculation that ancient civilizations may have had help from unknown beings, and the region's history of unexplained sightings only added to the intrigue. Witnesses couldn't explain how a structure this size and precision had remained hidden beneath the lake for centuries. Pale entity. A kayaker named Robert Harris, known for filming his river trips in Louisiana, captured something that stunned viewers across the internet. While paddling through murky waters, he spotted a massive pale form floating just below the surface. The creature's body was round and rubbery, its face oddly smooth, where eyes should have been. There were swollen folds of blubbery skin. It didn't move. It didn't react. It just floated there, eerily still, as if watching him without eyes. When Robert posted the clip to YouTube, it vanished within hours. But by then, the footage had already gone viral. Many claimed the creature looked like nothing they had seen before. Maybe some kind of mutated siren. A few comments pointed out. But what do you think this was? Let me know in the comments. Glowing eyes. Off the coast of Larantuka, Indonesia, local fishermen had been warning each other about something enormous lurking beneath their boats at night. Hoping to protect his community, fisherman Rudy Santara set out alone to find it. Hours passed before he noticed a massive shadow pacing his boat. At first, it looked like a giant shark until he saw its face. Its eyes and mouth glowed with a fiery red light, as if something alive was burning inside it. Terrified, Rudy managed to record a few seconds of footage before retreating to shore. He never went back out at night again. Those who saw the video believe it wasn't a shark at all, but a deep sea creature drawn to human light. Mystery critters.
Oh man, what is that? They're going crazy.
What were these things in Lake George, New York, captured just 3 days ago on 9th November 2025? A fisherman was shocked to see mysterious dragon-looking white creatures swimming near the surface of the water. They had long serpentine tails, multiple strange tentacles or appendages on their upper body, and were swimming like fishes. Some pointed out these could either be dragonfly larvae or damselflies larvae, but both of these creatures don't match what was caught on camera in this lake. So what were these creatures? Let me know in the comments.
Oh, like 1 inch big.
Two-headed anomaly. A fisherman captured an unusual catch on video. He had caught a shark, but not just any young shark. This one had 2 heads sharing a single body. The shark looked tiny, as if it had just been born, yet its double heads made it incredibly rare. Scientists call this a mutation or conjoined twins, similar to what happens in humans. They say it usually happens due to environmental factors like ocean pollution, though the exact cause isn't always clear. Cases like this are extremely rare and truly shocking to witness. Strange unknown sighting. A fisherman in Russia spotted a mysterious creature in the water that he didn't recognize. The footage shows a long, sleek fish moving gracefully just below the surface. From what I can gather, the closest match might be a thresher shark, known for its unusually long tail. However, the exact species isn't confirmed, and the sighting has left many puzzled. If you know what this could be, drop your thoughts in the comments. It's definitely a rare and curious encounter. Ocean light circle. A sailor traveling across the Atlantic once recorded something that confused everyone. He spotted a bright, glowing ring just above the ocean surface, with light spreading outward and a dark hole in the middle. The site didn't match anything he had ever seen in that area. He uploaded the video online, and it immediately spread. Viewers had all kinds of ideas. Some called it a natural light reflection, while others believed it was something unknown, maybe even connected to strange ocean activity. Scientists never gave a clear explanation, and the glowing circle never appeared again. Till today, no one really knows what that thing was. Mysterious creature. A traveler in Florida recorded a strange creature moving underwater near Tampa. What made it unusual was its tail. It was divided into 3 parts instead of 1. The video went viral fast. Some people said it was a manatee with a deformity, but others disagreed, saying the movement looked too natural to be that. The story didn't end there. A few years later, another similar video was captured in Australia near Roseville Bridge, showing a creature with the same strange triple tail. Both clips looked alike, leaving people to wonder if something new is living deep in our oceans. With most of the sea still unexplored, we may not have all the answers yet. Ocean portal. Something weird showed up over the ocean, captured on a quiet stretch of sand. A man stood alone on Bystranda Beach in Kristiansand, Norway, and from the ground, 2 beams of light shot straight into the sky, like twin pillars. The colors were blue-purplish in hue, and it looked absolutely shocking and something not of this world. It turns out the man created the installation himself, designing it to look like a portal opening over the water. But even knowing it was man-made, the scene still had an eerie, otherworldly vibe. Mystery of Lagoon. Jamaica's Blue Lagoon is known for its stunning color that shifts with the sunlight, but one day, its beauty took a darker turn. A swimmer exploring near a shadowy cave noticed something moving below. When he zoomed in with his camera, he caught a pale face staring back from the darkness. The moment sent chills down his spine. Locals have always said the lagoon is home to strange shapes and voices that echo from below. Some even believe the waters hide humanoid creepy beings that never left the ocean. Since that sighting, people have avoided swimming near that cave. And what about you? Have you encountered something unknown while swimming? Rare footage. A marine photographer flying a drone over open waters couldn't believe what his camera showed. A giant white manta ray gliding just beneath the surface. Its wings looked endless, spreading nearly 23 feet wide. It moved slowly and gracefully, glowing under the sunlight like a ghost drifting through the sea. Experts later confirmed it was an albino manta ray, one of the rarest creatures ever recorded. To most, it was a once-in-a-lifetime sight. Ningen sighting. Footage from the 1990s captured a pale, massive creature moving beneath the ice in the southern oceans. Observers noted it had arms, legs, and hand-like fins. Many linked it to the Japanese legend of the Ningen, a humanoid reportedly up to 30 meters long and ghost-white in appearance. No conclusive evidence has ever been confirmed, though rumors persist of hidden sightings and warnings to remain silent. The case remains unresolved, leaving the creature's existence unverified. Frozen monster crab. Divers examining a rocky seabed encountered an object partially covered in debris and seaweed. Closer inspection revealed it was a massive crab, frozen mid-motion, with its claws raised as though it had been caught in action. Its shell had mineral deposits, likely from volcanic activity over centuries, giving it the appearance of fossilized armor. The specimen's size was far larger than typical modern crabs, leading researchers to speculate about its origins. This discovery could lead to scientists finding a totally new species unknown before by man. Lake Isabella encounter. While filming near Lake Isabella, California, a family captured movement beyond the shoreline. Their footage revealed a face rising from the water, neither human nor recognized animal. Initial assumptions pointed to local folklore or a cryptid, but further investigation indicated the creature was part of a failed military experiment, combining human and aquatic traits. Reports suggest the creature continues to inhabit the lake, unseen, and could present a risk to anyone nearby. Ancient predator. A shocking 528 meters below the surface off the Bahamas, the Ocean X crew encountered a massive blunt-nosed six-gill shark. Pilot Lee Frey and his team recorded the shark as it swam directly toward their submersible, jaws open, assessing the vessel. Measuring longer than the submarine itself, this living fossil is a direct descendant of sharks that swam 200 million years ago. Scientists on board confirmed its size and estimated age. The shark did not act randomly. It appeared to study the submarine, suggesting advanced hunting instincts. The crew observed additional members of the pod emerging from the darkness, indicating coordinated movement unseen in most modern shark species.
Okay. Still in the belly.
Yeah.
Kayaker's scary clip. A kayaker paddling near Big Sur, California, recorded his journey on a GoPro while dense fog covered the coast. Later review of the footage revealed a dark head emerging from the mist. The creature held its position briefly, observing the kayaker before submerging again. Experts note that this area has long-standing reports of large, unidentified aquatic creatures resembling legends of sea guardians. Although no serious incident took place that day, the kayaker has avoided returning to these waters since the sighting. Icy pursuit. Off the coast of Greenland, a family sailing in the North Atlantic recorded an encounter that defied explanation. Their boat was being followed by something moving with unnatural speed beneath the waves. Observers confirmed it was neither a whale nor a shark. The object appeared as a massive metallic sphere, gliding silently and maintaining perfect alignment with the ship's course. Reports of strange beings and unidentifiable vessels in these icy waters already circulated among fishermen and sailors. Following this sighting, authorities allegedly dispatched military units to the area, though no official explanation was ever given. Haunting screams. A popular TikToker was live streaming during a solo trip across open waters when something strange began to follow his vessel. The object or creature moved perfectly in sync with his ship, staying just below the surface. He described seeing faint ripples forming behind him, as if something massive was tracking his route. Then, the shape disappeared beneath the water. A few seconds later, a soft, melodic sound began to echo through the waves. It wasn't the hum of an engine or the call of a whale. It sounded like singing, slow and almost human.
This is crazy. I heard it.
Viewers watching the stream were stunned as the sound seemed to circle the boat before fading into silence. The YouTuber ended the stream soon after.
Oh my God.
Strange orbs.
Bam! What is that?
Off the coast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, about 35 nautical miles from shore, a crew of fishermen recorded a shocking sight. While hauling their nets under a clear night sky, they noticed several lights hovering directly above the water. They assumed it was aircraft or a drone formation, but the lights didn't behave like machines. They moved in a fixed pattern, shifting together with smooth precision, flickering in short bursts that almost looked like communication. Then, without warning, the formation descended closer to the sea, hovered silently for a few seconds, and then disappeared beneath the waves without a sound. Many researchers now believe these lights may belong to what's called unidentified submerged objects, possibly part of a network hidden in the depths of our oceans.
We're in the middle of the ocean.
Monster Week. During one of Shark Week's segments, a Brazilian Coast Guard expedition recorded a sight that stunned the marine world. Their cameras caught a massive shadow moving beneath the vessel, nearly 60 feet long, far larger than any known shark. Its movements were deliberate, powerful, and unmistakably predatory. Many speculated it could be a Megalodon, the ancient shark thought extinct for over 1 million years. The crew stayed far enough away, but one closer pass might have made them the first humans ever caught in its hunt. The Watching Light.
That
looks like the cruise ship flipped over and
Off the coast of Miami, two men filming the horizon noticed something strange. A glowing vessel hovered over the water, its shape almost like a giant eye scanning the ocean. It didn't flicker like a normal light, and it stayed perfectly still despite the wind and waves. Locals had already reported dozens of strange lights, silent crafts, and unusual shadows beneath the water in recent months. Whatever this was, it wasn't ordinary, and it seemed to be observing that stretch of coastline.
over and it's shaped as a fish now.
Loch Ness encounter. A research team investigating a low-elevation lake got far more than they expected. While a diver swam through the dark water, a massive creature suddenly passed in front of the camera. Its black button-like eyes never blinked, and jagged teeth were visible, sharp and menacing. The sight matched old stories of the Loch Ness monster, and the diver shot to the surface in panic. The encounter didn't stop there. In August of this year, another traveler filming the same lake claimed to see the creature again. Two sightings so close together suggest that Nessie might finally be surfacing, and people are taking notice. Shocking close call. On August 31st, 2025, a simple kayaking trip in Patagonia's Golfo Nuevo, Argentina, turned into a heart-stopping encounter. Out of nowhere, a massive beast rose beside their tiny boat. For a second, they froze. The animal was close enough to touch, its size blocking out the sea behind it. It circled them slowly, its movements calm but unpredictable. It was identified to be a southern right whale. After a few moments, it lifted one giant flipper and disappeared into the deep water. The couple was safe, but the experience left them shaken. Mariana Deep Giant. Far below the surface of the Mariana Trench, a Japanese research team recorded something few people have ever seen. Their submersible lights caught a massive creature moving slowly through the dark water. It had broad fins, deep gills, and a face that looked a lot like a shark's. For a moment, everyone thought they'd just filmed the Megalodon, the giant predator believed to be extinct. But after reviewing the footage, experts identified it as a giant six-gill shark, one of the largest hunters living in the deep ocean. Mysterious light.
Ma, you see this?
While on night patrol off the coast of New Jersey, a lifeguard recorded a vertical beam of light hovering above the water. The light pulsed and flickered intermittently, and above it, a faint circular shape was visible, almost like a portal. Witnesses have reported similar anomalies in the area over the years, though this instance drew immediate attention due to its intensity. Days after the recording, the lifeguard went missing under unexplained circumstances, sparking speculation that the sighting might be connected to entities within the water. No explanation has been confirmed.
What the hell is that?
What is happening?
Today's subscribers' pick of the day. This footage comes with a lot of mystery surrounding it. There isn't much information about its origin, but the backstory is that people around Seneca Lake in New York have been sharing legends of a monster similar to the Loch Ness creature for decades. The video appeared on YouTube back in 2009 and supposedly comes from a man who had been monitoring the lake ever since he first saw the creature himself. The footage shows a long, serpent-like being moving in the water, clearly reminiscent of Nessie from Loch Ness. There are several shots from two separate angles, both taken from a distance, as the recorder observed a large portion of the lake. The old, grainy quality doesn't make it easy to judge, but it's clear that something large is moving in the water. Debates continue about what this creature actually is, and the video has left viewers divided, with no definitive answer in sight.